Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your number one source for real estate advice online. And welcome to my bedroom in my little apartment, which is on the top floor of my parents' house here in Germany, where I usually spend the summers. I spent all of July here, part of August, and a little bit of June usually. Kind of the best time of the year to travel. And this video is going to be about another thing that happened today, because even though I'm on vacation, real estate investing really never stops. If you take it seriously, you kind of take it along with you everywhere. I do have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize. I might be coughing here in between. Also, my voice kind of sounds a little weird. I don't know what happened. Kind of caught a cold. But anyways, I want to tell you the story that just happened just now. It's 1:30 in the morning. I actually wanted to go to bed like an hour and a half ago. But my most favorite spot in the world to work is actually late at night in my mom's kitchen, when my dad is just in the living room watching TV and my mom is either watching TV with him or she's hanging out with me in the kitchen, and we get to chat and I get to do a little bit of work and work on my videos. And so that's what I was doing tonight. And my mom went to bed at about 10 or 11, and my dad kind of like dozed off on the couch. My kids are still playing upstairs here in my apartment, and yeah, so I get this phone call, and it has the area code from my hometown, basically. And so a lot of times it's a scam call, because they use your area code basically to make sure that you pick up. So I didn't pick it up, so I just let it go to voicemail right away, and then the number called the second time, let it go to voicemail again. And then a couple minutes later, I got a text message from my contractor Joe. If you've watched my videos, you've listened to me, you know I work with Joe a lot. He maintains a lot of my properties. However, he lives a couple of hours away from Savannah, so he doesn't always, is not there personally, but he does maintain my house there. And of course, most of my houses are in Savannah that I use for Airbnbs that are the needy ones. And now I have a really, really awesome, good contractor guy friend, Carl. I actually sold him one of my properties as well. And he is in the construction maintenance business and does a really amazing job. So he's the one that's watching my Savannah properties while I'm here in Europe. And so it was the police that called Joe. And Joe, of course, texted me and said, hey, you need to call the police. There's something going on in Savannah. And so here's what happened. As you know, I do a lot with tax sale foreclosures. I publish ebooks, as you know. I do some consulting. But really, also a big part of my business is also still renting my properties, and specifically on Airbnb. So what happened today is that one of my houses, which is partially used as a seasonal rental and Airbnb rental in Savannah, was actually broken into. And the neighbor noticed that the door was standing open. She kind of got concerned the fact that it's very hot weather and the air conditionings are running, and the front door was wide open. And when she noticed it, she called the police. Of course, the police came out, checked out the property, didn't know who to call, who the owner was. The neighbor, for some reason, lost my number. And so they called. Incidentally, I had Carl, my contractor, working on this house while I was away, and he put a sign in the front yard with his number, so basically advertising his work for other people driving by. And so they called the number, and of course Carl was then also able to give the police my number. He of course rushed right away to the house to figure out what happened. So apparently some kid in the neighborhood had pushed in one of the air conditioners. Now most of the air conditioners are actually secured in that house except for one. And this kid realized which one that was and pushed it in, and this is how they got access to the house. Now, mind you, this house usually has a security system. It's usually set when nobody's there. However, we were working on the house and we were upgrading the power lines and the electric, and all the work had been done on this, but we were waiting for the city of Savannah to come out and inspect the work so they can turn the power back on for safety reasons. So we were on a 1-day delay here, and this is the one day that this robber apparently used to gain access to the house. And as far as I can determine anyways, what was told to me, only one item is missing, and that is the flat screen TV. And there's not really a whole lot else to steal in this house unless you want to carry off a bunch of old furniture and or anything else, dishes, and I mean there's really nothing there that is easily movable or is worth anything other than maybe the TV, which by the way I'm thinking the TV is pretty big, you know, that's a large TV to carry out. So apologies. So here's what this kid did. I think it's kind of comical. I know I shouldn't be laughing about somebody breaking into my house, and I know it's serious, and there is a police report, and it's, you know, damages caused obviously, but you know, this was a couple $100 TV. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on that. I'm pretty sure I bought it at a Thanksgiving Black Friday sale or something one year for a couple $100. And even though it was a really big TV, it didn't have a lot of functionality, and it wasn't really working that well anyways. So anyways, that's what they chose to take, or he or she. I think it's a he, because that's another part of the story. But anyways, so they pushed in the one air conditioner that was not secured to the window, because they were working on that window. That's actually going to replace it as well. And there was no alarm going off because the power was turned off, because we also upgraded the power. And now, how do you transport a big 40-inch TV? I think that's what it was, when you don't have a car. So I guess they took my garbage can, which was empty, because nobody's staying there right now, somehow put the TV inside the garbage can, or lifted it on top of the garbage can, and kind of rolled the garbage can along with the TV away. Couldn't have been very far. But just imagine some kid or somebody in person rolling a 40-inch TV on top or inside a garbage can down the road. That's just really odd. I mean, that's just really super odd. Now my garbage can is missing and my TV is missing, and didn't take any of the air conditioners or, you know, anything else in the house. Nothing there that's of any value. And yeah, that's what happened to me. And that's why I'm still up at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I wanted to go to sleep. I was watching my little soap opera, and instead I spent about an hour on the phone just now with my contractor, his dad, my other contractor, the police, the neighbors, and everybody else that was involved in this. So I was able to talk to the neighbor and thank the neighbor. That was who called the police. She saw something and she reported it, which I'm very thankful for. I was able to have somebody on site before I even knew what was going on. When I finally did get to speak to somebody, my contractor was already there with the police, and the guy that's not involved at all, that's 3 hours away, which is another contractor, also knew about this right away. So I'm just really amazed that after all these years of trying to do things by myself with real estate investing and having so many issues and problems and setbacks and frustrations and not being able to trust people, I have a set of people now, finally, that is like a perfect loop back mechanism. You know, people, if somebody can't get a hold of me, somebody else can. If this person isn't looking out for me, the neighbor is. And to have that when I'm myself on another continent, I'm basically in Europe, all of this is happening in America right now. It's pretty amazing. I'm pretty grateful right now, actually. Of course, you know, my TV's missing, but just to know that that system, feedback system, actually works in case of an emergency, That's a pretty darn good feeling. That means that I can stay here for the next 4 weeks that I'm planning to be here and not really worry, because there's people looking out for me. There's people checking up on my properties. There's people doing their jobs like they're supposed to. And that's a pretty good feeling. That feeling, security, safety, peace, happiness. Even if something does happen, and that somebody will be there to take care of it. I don't have to pack my bag and leave tomorrow. I don't have to. Just, people are watching out for you. The neighbors did the right thing. My contractor did the right thing. My other contractor's 3 hours away. My friend Joe, he did the right thing, and everything just came together beautifully. I mean, I really have to say, I am so grateful for this test. And when it came down to things working, and they had to work, today was the day they worked. And that's a pretty amazing feeling. So anyways, tip for you today with this really long video, I'm sorry I keep babbling, you gotta build that system of people that you trust, that will go through thick and thin for you, because you can't do it alone. I tried to do it alone. That's why I'm not as far as I could have been at this point in my life. But you gotta find these people because you need them. And you may think you don't need them, but they'll show up, and take the chance on some people. You're gonna get disappointed. You're gonna get screwed over. You're gonna get lied to. You're gonna have stuff stolen from you. But you can't stop looking to find people that you can trust, despite all of these things happening. And when you do find that super mega awesome super team, keep them happy and keep them together on your side, because that's the only way you're gonna win. You gotta learn the rules, and then you gotta play by the rules better than anybody else, and that's the key. And the first rule is you gotta build your team. Anyways, that's my tip for today. I hope you were able to go to my website. It's at the bottom of this video. Make sure you subscribe there. You get a free guide to real estate investing there. And check out my ebooks. They're there. You can purchase them anytime. By the way, I wanted to tell you, if you purchase any of my ebooks and your link expires, this is not something that I'm doing. I have a hosting website that actually hosts my ebooks, because they're such large modules and a lot of information. I have to pay them to host my books, and when they send you a link, it happens automatically when you make the purchase. If the link does expire pretty quickly, I don't know if it's a certain amount of logins, or if some time passes, it expires. Don't worry about it at all. Just click the button that says request additional download link, and as soon as I see that, I'll send you another email, and you can have as many as you want, as many as you need to download the modules or to listen to them as many times as you want. So ebooks do not expire. Even though it may seem like they expire, they don't expire. So don't worry about it. Even if you ask me a year from now, hey, my link expired from a year ago, it doesn't matter. I'll send you another link. So it doesn't expire. It's just you're not going to have a physical product book in your hands, but an e-version of it, and the links can be renewed indefinitely. So that being said, make sure you subscribe, and I hope you have a great time investing, and I hope to see you investing very successfully very soon. Have a great night. I'm going to sleep now. I really need to. Bye.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.